what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today's video I want to talk about cardio and what is the best form of cardio when it comes down to fat loss. Whether it be in high intensity or low intensity, better known as HIIT or Liss. So as far as cardio goes, I always say it depends on what the individual goal is, whether it be in cardiovascular fitness or fat loss. Majority of people on here and in the fitness related using cardio are optimizing fat loss. So we're going to talk about in this video what is the best form of cardio for fat loss. It's a pretty simple answer. When it comes down to cardio and what's your best form to use for fat loss, low intensity steady state cardio is always going to be more optimal for fat loss. Why are people asking? Because HIIT training means that you require a lot more calories to be burnt post cardio, which is correct, but a lot of people tend to not understand is when you're doing HIIT training, you're using glucose as your fuel source. Whereas when you're doing low intensity steady state cardio, you're actually using stored body fat. So you're optimizing more fat loss while you're doing your cardio in a low intensity state. Whereas when you're doing high intensity, you're using glucose. And also we have to remember glucose turns into glycogen, stores into our glycogen stores, and it also is known as a protein sparing. So it spares our muscles from being used up as an energy source. So we actually make sure that we maintain our muscle mass while doing cardio. So that is why I always suggest that when you're trying to look for fat loss and trying to maintain your muscle mass, low intensity for a longer duration is always going to be more optimal for that fat loss goal instead of doing high intensity. Now, if you're somebody that's trying to look for more cardiovascular fitness, high intensity is going to be your go-to answer because high intensity is going to make sure you get that heart rate going and just overall just going to make sure you have a healthier heart in the long duration. So it's a pretty simple answer, guys, when it comes down to cardio and what's the best form to use when it comes to optimizing fat loss. Low intensity steady state is your go-to answer because you're going to be making sure you're optimizing fat loss by burning stored body fat. Whereas if you're doing HIIT training, you're going to be using glucose as your fuel source. So we want to make sure while we're training and doing that cardio session, we want to actually make sure we're burning fat in the process. Yes, HIIT training, like I said, you do burn more calories afterwards, which one will put you into a fat loss phase. But while you're in that cardio, you want to make sure you're optimizing fat loss at that time. Like I said, the main focus is we're trying to maintain as much muscle mass as we can. Now, when you're doing HIIT training, you are risking of using muscle as an energy source because if you're going to be using glucose as your energy source, if you have a very low intake or a very low amount of glucose in your system, what happens is once you've used that up as your energy source, your body will then start using protein as its fuel source, meaning that you jeopardize losing muscle mass, which we just don't want to achieve. We want to try and make sure we hold on as much muscle as we can while optimizing fat loss. So low intensity steady state cardio means that we're going to be using stored body fat as our fuel source, maintaining muscle mass, which what we want to achieve. So also another answer is when's the best time to do cardio to optimize fat loss? That will be in a depleted state, which will be both first thing in the morning or post workout. These 2 times a day is when you're most depleted. First thing in the morning, you've depleted your glycogen stores because you've had that long fasting period, and also while you're training, you deplete your glycogen stores. So post workout is the best time to do your cardio. So that pretty much does it for this video. What is the best form of cardio and when is the best time to do cardio for optimizing fat loss? If this video did help you out and you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me. And also, if you have any other questions you want to ask related to fitness, nutrition, training, supplementations or anything, drop a comment down below and I'll get a video up for you. And also, if you are new around here, don't forget to click that subscribe button to stick around, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay safe as always and make it happen. Peace.
Chasing shadows, they're always haunting me, but